absolute devastation. That is what I am using to describe the worst of damage a strong earthquake in Afghanistan just caused, registering in as a magnitude 6.0. In some villages with populations in the thousands, every single household has a fatality and more than 80% of structures have collapsed. This earthquake struck at 11:40 p.m. local time on August 31, 2025 at a location centered 27 kilometers or 17 miles east-northeast of the major city of Jalalabad. As the ground rapidly shook back and forth for around 15 seconds, many of the all-too-common unreinforced brick and mud structures cracked or collapsed outright. Pausing for a second, you might be wondering why in the simulation I just showed that I am displaying MMI 9 intensity shaking if the strongest a particular area was modeled by the USGS to have experienced was only an MMI 8. The answer relates to seismic amplification. Know how almost all of the region's population lives in fertile river valleys, which are most importantly constructed on top of mud and sediment. When seismic waves pass through sediments, they slow down, causing the seismic waves to increase in amplitude and causing far more severe earthquake damage. This is why, while regions built on top of hard rock without seismic amplification truly did experience at most an MMI shaking intensity of 8, many patches of the river valley communities experience MMI 9 shaking. The result was regardless catastrophic in many towns and villages, with the disaster only being worsened by it meeting literally every single criteria that exacerbates damage. 1. The earthquake occurred at night, when the maximum number of people are inside various structures, sleeping, and least likely to be able to escape if the building they were in began to shake. 2. The earthquake occurred at shallow depths, specifically at 5 miles or 8 kilometers depth. 3. It occurred in a region where structures are not very earthquake resistant. 4. Structures were largely built of unreinforced masonry or mud. 5. A large population center is located nearby, specifically one of Afghanistan's most populous cities known as Jalalabad with a population of 300,000. 6. Regional cities were built in an alluvial plain, and 7. The earthquake was fairly high in magnitude. All of these factors combined to make this strong earthquake the second most lethal of 2025, second only to Myanmar's major earthquake in March. While current death toll figures in Afghanistan suggest 800 fatalities, in my opinion, this is probably an underestimate. It seems that one village in particular, Wadir, reached this death toll figure on its own, with similarly high fatalities reported at a handful of other communities close to the epicenter in the mountains. While this is pure speculation, I suggest that the actual death toll is in the 2,000 to 3,000 range. As for economic damage, that is tough to judge, but I suspect it is in the range of 50 to 200 million US dollars in damage. But why did this earthquake occur in the first place, and what type of fault line was involved? If we head to the quake epicenter, we can see a deep canyon with tilted rock units. This spot marks one of the many in the region which are experiencing compression as the distant Indian tectonic plate moves northwards at a rate of about 5 centimeters a year, colliding with the Eurasian plate. This has caused rock units to compress, creating the ever-growing Himalayas, which begin north-northeast of where the recent earthquake struck. The quake which occurred was caused by the need for rock units to accommodate the regional compression, resulting in the movement of a thrust fault. At least an 8.3 kilometer long segment ruptured, but this figure is just an estimate. Some landslides were observed in more mountainous regions, and liquefaction likely occurred in a few lower-lying spots of farmland. While we cannot predict when or the number of aftershocks that will strike, we can estimate figures over a broad time period using data from prior similar world earthquakes. Using this methodology, here are the predicted rate of aftershocks across the next week. Already, 2 magnitude 4 and 2 magnitude 5 aftershocks have struck. As a final note, I would like to thank my new patron Tiny Deer for supporting my work.